COVID-19, atrial fibrillation, and your ERISA disability insurance claim. Unfortunately, many COVID sufferers with even mild cases have gone on to develop new onset AFib and arrhythmias shortly after the acute phase of COVID. Now, while most COVID sufferers with myocardial injury recover, there's a subset that don't. And research shows that COVID-19 can cause microvascular damage and dysfunction that can result in myocardial issues and even disability. You may have purchased a disability insurance policy through your employer or are covered under an employer-sponsored plan. You never thought you'd have to file a claim for a disease you never heard of, much less complications you never even thought could occur to you. If you've been diagnosed with post-COVID onset AFib or arrhythmias, you may be entitled to disability insurance benefits. Now, what are the disability carriers looking for in your medical records? They tend to treat everybody the same, and they really don't like post-COVID claims. What they're looking for in your medical records is the diagnosis of COVID. They're looking for the diagnostic studies that corroborate the AFib or arrhythmia diagnosis. And they're going to be looking for that objective testing. They're also going to be looking for testing such as chest x-rays and CT scans. They're going to be looking in your records to see whether you had complaints of AFib or arrhythmias before, what you have now, complaints of shortness of breath with or without exertion, fatigue, and of course they want to understand your functional physical restrictions and limitations that are consistent with the diagnostic studies and the physical examination. I think it's crucial before you stop work and apply for benefits that you're looking at your medical records to make sure there's an accurate history of your symptoms, how those symptoms impact your functionality, and how they impact your ability to do your own or any occupation. I like my clients to keep a log of their symptoms and functionality. Now, after the carrier reviews all this documentation, they're going to be looking at treatment, and they're going to be looking at your response to that particular treatment. Because under the terms of a policy or a plan, you are required to get treatment by a competent and qualified physician. So what they're looking for, obviously, is any treatment you've gotten for the underlying COVID condition. But they're also looking for treatment that addresses the cardiological symptoms. Now, they tend to use a one-size-fits-all approach to this, but you need to have your doctor and your records document your treatment that you're getting, the response to the treatment, why that treatment may not be successful, or why you may be having further complications or side effects of the medication. We don't want them to use that one-size-fits-all analysis. I think that you need the assistance of an experienced ERISA disability attorney who gets COVID claims and gets the cardiological complications, because otherwise you very well might have a denied claim. And part of what we do in handling a claim is to get your policy or plan and review it cover to cover. We want to understand what the definition of disability is, what the definition of occupation is, whether we're required to have objective evidence of your diagnosis and disability. And obviously, we're going to be looking at your medical records to understand what's in those medical records and whether or not you might need to do a better job of explaining to your physician your symptoms and how those symptoms impact your ability to function. If you have any questions about your rights to ERISA disability benefits because of COVID, because of myocardial complications of COVID, or any other issues associated with an ERISA disability claim, please call me today at 727-894-3188 for a complimentary consultation. I look forward to helping you get the disability benefits you deserve, regardless of where you live in the United States and regardless of who your disability carrier or plan might be.